Hey everyone, and welcome to part 68. I'm very curious as to how long this challenge is going to turn out to be in regards to parts. Because when you think about, say for example, the number of Digimon that I need to get, I've got a very long way to go. I've only had a handful of Digimon. So when you look at things from that perspective, I've got a very long way to go in regards to that specific thing. And, well, obviously I need to get the medal for it, and the challenge won't be complete until I've got that medal along with all the other medals. So I would love to predict how long this is going to be, but I just don't have a clue. I mean, the standard no gym, no item chip challenge that I did, where I only aimed for 100 prosperity points, I mean that had 24 parts, and I think the parts were generally shorter than the parts here. Obviously here I've done 68, I mean, with the number of tournaments I have to win, the number of Digimon I have to get, yeah, this could easily go into 3 figures. But that's not necessarily terrible, because although it's going to be more than I've done with other stuff, I suppose when you look at some, like Final Fantasy games and how stupidly long they are, when you've got playthroughs for those games where it's like, you know, it's like you're like halfway through and it's part 260 or whatever. The most time-consuming thing remaining is definitely the Digivolutions and the tournaments, although I have got a lot of Digivolution items that are going to help. And to mention waiting for 10 years to pass and winning the best part of another 50 tournaments. I'm not sure if I have a favourite part to this challenge. I have to admit I preferred it before we entered this loop. This loop of just tournament, 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 Sukamon, new ultimate, techniques, tournament, 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 tournament. I preferred it before we entered that loop. I preferred it when I was constantly recruiting Digimon. I'm selling these items, I don't need them. Already got them. When I was constantly, you know, defeating Digimon, learning techniques, recruiting Digimon, when I was constantly doing different stuff, you know, this is all the same. It's, you know, I preferred it before I was in this position, but at the end of the day, you can't cut corners, you have to do everything. Digimon World 2003, I know in some versions the game ends once you defeat Galacticmon, and in some versions, such as my version, there's the extended bit where you return to obviously the main city. I think it's in the is it Amaterasu server? I'm not quite sure about the pronunciation, but it's that server in the main city, where you're restricted to just the east sector and the central sector, although the seabed's circuit boards were well extended. And as far as I'm aware, the only thing you can do really is defeat the leaders if you have the 5 strongest epic items, which I'm pretty sure you can only get before you defeat Galacticmon. So you can defeat the leaders, which then enable you to go to the arena where you defeat Kurt. And there's other things as well. There's the card tournament and, you know, random card battles and Digimon battles and all stuff like that. Items to collect. There is stuff to do. I'm against Vadermon. There is stuff to do. But as far as I'm aware, the main thing really is defeating Kurt. And I believe that once you do that, there's nothing more to do. Am I correct? A lot of you would have had for a lot of you, you only would have defeated Galacticmon, and then that would have been the end of the game. But with the extended bits, as far as I'm aware, there is nothing else to do once you defeat Kurt. But I am asking if there's anything else, because at the end of the day, obviously I can't say for sure. It would be nice if there is something else, some sort of secret something, you know, some secret something that's hidden in the circuit boards or the seabeds, or some magical way of getting to the south sector or west sector or north sector, whatever, or some new server, whatever it might be. I do like to fantasize of there being more to the game, but reality tells a different tale. Because the fact that the game ends after you defeat Galacticmon in some versions of the game would tell me that that really is the end, and the bit that we've got is just an extension, and we're lucky to have what we have, and it ends there. As a kid, I thought there was more to it, because I know in the... is it the Asuka? Is that how it's pronounced? The Asuka server? However it's pronounced. I know there's somebody there who mentions that there's 5 servers in total. The Asuka and Amaterasu, if that's how they're pronounced, and then there's 3 others. And I used to think that, you know, then you could get into the other 3 servers, and that when I'd done the first 2 servers, I was only 40% of the way through the game, and that would have made it the longest game in the world, but unfortunately I think you do only access the 2 servers. But if there are any secrets hidden within that game, I would love to be aware of them. Because I don't know of anything really other than what I've told you. Of course, playing the game for the first time, I made the mistake of defeating Galacticmon without the 5 strongest epic items, and then trying and failing to obtain them after you defeat the game, which is pretty much all but pointless as far as I'm aware. But then with hints and stuff, walkthroughs, etc, I was able to get more of an idea into it, and obviously I had to start the game again. But then I was able to find those Digimon who like fuse items together, give you better ones, and eventually you get the 5 strongest items in the world, well, in the game. Although it's a bit controversial, because personally I don't consider them to be very good at all. I consider them to be a lot worse than a lot of the items, even though they're apparently the best. So I just get them so that I can defeat the leaders and Kurt, and then I end it there. I never use them, because to be honest they're quite pointless. Well, they're not pointless, but they're not very good. They're not the best. Then you've got, obviously there's the auction as well, where you buy items and they're meant to be really, really good. And I can't really remember how good they are, but I seem to remember it being the same case scenario. They're not, you know, there are much better items that can be bought from shops and stuff. But because one thing that I do like to do is go there, buy an item, and then sell it on for a massive profit. I think that's what most people do. You go there, you buy it for however much you buy it for, and then you sell it on for a massive profit. version 0 again. Who knows? Maybe I could win a red ruby that makes you digivolve to Phoenixmon. Obviously I need a Phoenixmon right now, don't I? I usually would choose a special tournament over the grade ones because I find them a bit more exciting. What is it with my Digimon finding nice places to go for a trap? And I'm sure Centauramon really appreciates having a shit right behind him. And you know, I'm sure he also appreciates having loads and loads of shit all over his clinic. I don't know what it is with my Digimon, they like to choose their place, don't they? I wonder if Mega Seadramon will feature in the version 0 tournament. It'd be nice to go against a former Digimon, but if the Digimon in the tournament truly are recruitable Digimon and random Digimon who you get into battles with, then I would imagine Mega Seadramon can't feature in the tournaments because he's not recruitable. I think, as far as I'm aware, he's not recruitable, and he's not a Digimon who features in the game as like a random enemy or whatever. As far as I'm aware, all he is a Digimon who you can Digivolve to. It's strange, because most Digimon who you can Digivolve to are in the game, either as recruitable Digimon or like random battles or whatever. But, yeah, Mega Seadramon's a good example. So too is Hercules Carboterion. Two Digimon who you can Digivolve to, but they're not recruitable and they're not random, like, encounters. Hercules Carboterion does feature in the Beetle Cup, but as far as I'm aware, that's it. When I'm in the clinic, if my Digimon does need to go to the toilet, I'm just going to rest. The animal tournament, from the looks of things, is nowhere near at the moment, so I can't see there being any rush with care mistakes. If anything, I'm going to be getting within one care mistake of Sukamon and then avoiding care mistakes until the animal tournament shows. And looking at a resource online, it says then that it has Phoenixmon down as a maybe, a Digimon who might be able to enter the animal tournament. Though they also, that's basically what it says, Phoenixmon is a maybe, they're not sure if Phoenixmon can enter the tournament, the animal tournament. Although they've got Etamon down as a definitely. Obviously I can easily get hold of a gold banana, and even though I've already had Etamon, at least I apparently can enter the animal tournament with him, and then I believe that's every tournament in the city. I believe the only other one remaining is the Beetle tournament. Not only that, but I like Etamon. I think he's a good Digimon, because I find he's fast, he gets up quickly when he's knocked down, he has some good techniques. I like Etamon, and to be honest, I would be quite happy to win the tournaments with him. The tournaments, you know, that put me up to 100 championship wins. I think Etamon's a good Digimon, and I would be happy to have him again, just to finish off the tournaments. Alternatively, I might say enough of the tournaments and fade away, sort out all the Digivolutions, and then maybe enter tournaments as I see fit. So, like, I'll still be entering tournaments daily or frequently, but I'll be like getting Digivolutions and stuff as well, so I'll be killing two birds with one stone, if that makes sense. The only problem with that is, obviously I've mentioned my plan to speed it up, to just Digivolve with the Digivolution items and then let my Digimon fade away. Well, not fade away, but Digivolve to Digimon with the Digivolution items, and then intentionally lose my lives from battles, and then start again with another baby Digimon, and then just repeat the process. Naturally Digivolve to a rookie, Digivolution item to a champion, Digivolution item to an ultimate, get killed in the battle, repeat the process. And obviously if I'm doing that, I'm probably not going to have outstanding stats, so I might not be fit for the tournament. But when I do eventually fade away, my next Digimon is bound to be Kun. Wait. What's his name? Is it Kunamon? The yellow caterpillar thing. Kunamon? Yeah, Kunamon. Yeah, my next Digimon after I fade away is bound to be Kunamon, because obviously I'll let my Digimon sleep, and I'll let my baby Digimon sleep under Kunamon's bed, Digivolve to Kunamon, and then hopefully get either Carpalterimon or Kawagamon, maybe with a bit of assistance from the restaurant, and then enter the Beetle tournament so that I've got that tournament over and done with. And if I'm going to devote myself to Kunamon, I may well boost his stats quite considerably, and I may, with him, do a load of tournaments in the city, or with his champion Digimon, whatever, and obviously, at least that way I'll be making progress to the tournaments, as well as doing the Beetle Cup as well. I like Takamon. He's so feeble. Oh, flan. Whereas I'm probably still going to do more damage than he is. Now, when I, obviously, one Digimon who I do need to get is Numemon, and the best way to do that, really, is to have feeble stats, low weight, and maybe other stuff as well. Obviously, when I do Digivolve to Numemon, which will have to come from a rookie, I'll have very feeble stats, but then when I digivolve to Monzaemon, I'll get a good stat boost. And then obviously it'll be on to, obviously, Toy Town to defeat Waru Monzaemon, recruit Monzaemon, recruit Nannymon, 100 prosperity points, medal. Now you could argue that I could do tournaments with Monzaemon, because obviously the stats, I'm going to get okay stats from Monzaemon, but one of the restrictions is no Monzaemon, and I did say that the only thing I'm going to use Monzaemon for is Toy Town. I don't want to potentially break the rules, my own rules. Okay. A few more care mistakes to go. Also, even if I do Digivolve to Monzaemon, my HP and MP will be about 3,000, everything else will be about 300. And that's not actually that great, really, is it? Because, well, when I Digivolve to Sukamon, my stats normally halve to 5,000 HP and MP, 500 everything else. So actually, 3,000 isn't that great, 300 isn't that great, so Monzaemon's not really going to be that great. Now, all I'm going to do with Monzaemon is Toy Town. That doesn't necessarily mean that Toy Town is going to be the very, very, very last thing that I do, although I may have said that. I mean, I may do the stuff with Monzaemon before doing other stuff, but then I will most likely just let Monzaemon fade away, or let Monzaemon get defeated, and then I'll start again with a new Digimon and then do new stuff. Because all I'm going to do with Monzaemon is Toy Town. That is it. It'll then either fade away or get defeated, and then it'll be on to another Digimon if I have other stuff to do. So, you know, Toy Town isn't necessarily the final thing. I mean, I could do it. It could be the next thing that I do when my Digimon eventually fades away. It could be the next thing I do. Although I'll probably be leaning more towards Kunamon. You know, DIGITALMONSTER's always there as a Digimon willing to boost my stats. Although it's unreliable and expensive, and may require lots and lots of trips to Monzaemon. I think about the amount of times I've done that DIGITALMONSTER trick. Think how much money he must have made from me. He must have made an absolute fortune the amount of times that I've done it. The number of times I've done it's got to be millions of bits, hasn't it? If Etamon can enter the animal tournament, then I may actually let Phoenixmon fade, I may let Phoenixmon digivolve to Sukamon as soon as possible, then Digivolve to Etamon. I do prefer Etamon to Phoenixmon, and obviously do other tournaments with Etamon beforehand, before reaching the animal tournament. But let's just see. Here to save. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.